Hi, welcome back to my homemade bass guitar video series part 4, Assembly and Setup. I have gone through the motivation, design, shaping and finishing of it in the previous videos. Now it's time to put together everything and see if it's playable. For viewers who didn't watch my previous videos, please be advised this is a collection of home videos and pictures taken when I homemade my first bass guitar using cheap parts, scrap wood, and simple tools. It's a memory and experience recording to share with anyone who's curious or interested. If you are looking for a professional, informational, or educational guitar making videos, this is not one of them. However, it may still be fun to watch how a newbie works around things to still get a happy result. Let's get started. Assembly. As you can see, the finish was far from perfect, but since I didn't expect much, I was totally satisfied and couldn't wait to step on the last mile. I fastened the neck first because this will affect the tuner angle. I felt comfortable. Strap buttons and bridge were simple screw works. Since I didn't use pickguard, the pickup installation was a little complicated, also because of the edge tapering. The cavity was really tight. I didn't expect that. I cut the wires, put them through the holes, screw in the pickups, cramp things in the cavity trying to determine where the pots will go, took things out and drill the holes, solder wires back to their connections, cramp things back in again and install battery, temporarily taped it to hold things in, then string it up for guitar setup. I did cut a piece of clear acrylic with black sheet to cover the cavity, but took off the black sheet later to expose the mess inside, simply more attractive to show. Setup. I shimmed a little and filed away some wood in the neck joint when installed the neck to ensure it's roughly parallel to the body, and adjusted the saddle height so the last fret was about 3 mm from the string. Since I don't have precision measurement on this, so all these adjustments and setup were all very off-standard. For the action, the simplest way I thought was pressing down G, the 3rd fret, and test the gap between F, the 1st fret, and the string using a membership card, which is about half the thickness of a credit card. If the card fall right through, then it's a little too high, so loosen the string, move it aside and file the slot on the nut to sink the string, put the string back on, fasten it and test again till the card is loosely grabbed by the string and fret. Since filing too much at once can cause a no way back damage to the nut, this was a repeating long process for all 4 strings. I spent 1.5 hours on it. I am sure my setup is definitely far from professional, but it's good enough for me to play happily with. So from November 19th to December 12, 2021, this very experimental project finally came to an end. I learned a lot on guitar design and woodworking along the way, and from small mistakes, luckily I didn't make a major mistake that destroyed the whole thing. This bass guitar actually met my requirements on finger span and weight issue and turned out to be the easiest playable of the 3 bass guitars I have. I did played it the most in the last whole year. Cost. Finally, for how much I spent on this bass guitar. As mentioned, I didn't buy any new tool or material for this project, so the cost was all on the parts purchased from Amazon. They were, bridge 13, tuning pegs 18, strap button 7, string 28, pickup harness 45 and neck 93, all including tax and shipping, so totally around $200 I paid to build it. Comparatively, I paid $270 for Ibanez Micro GSRM 20, which is a very well-built micro-scale bass. Not sure if this is an acceptable price for a homemade guitar, but I did get a lot of fun, surprises and experiences from figuring things out in this project. This is the end of the series of 4 videos how I homemade a short-scale bass guitar using cheap parts, scrap material and basic tools. At last, allow me to state again that the whole process is just for fun to watch. Someone worked around things to come out something acceptable, by no means educational. Please leave a comment if you have any question. I am not an expert in any area, but will try to answer as much as I can. What's next? I guess I will try to lose some weight on my P-bass clone as the next project. As mentioned, I homemade this guitar because my P-bass clone was heavy at around 13 pounds and my fingers are short and slow. Now that these issues were solved on my homemade and the Ibanez Micro, I don't need to worry if I'm gonna mess up with my long-last old friend. I am considering giving it 2 more pickups, and shake some weight to make it 7 to 8 pounds. Though a pity on the beautiful finishing, but if you can see the same burst color pattern anywhere on guitars, I might prefer it to have something unique. We'll post it when I think it through. Thanks again for watching my videos. I will also post how it plays in later videos, but please do not expect high performance on how it sounds or how I play. After all, I'm just a beginner on making and playing this thing.